Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video is the second part to the first part of the video in which I show you how to create your cards for Cricut Joy. So I hope that you were able to watch my first video in which I explained why this second video was necessary. If you haven't, please check that out first. If not, I'm just pretty much showing you from scratch, step by step, of how to create your own cards for Cricut Joy. So the first step is that you're going to insert a square shape and you're going to measure it a 4.5 by a 5.5. And then you can go ahead and change the color to white if that is easier on your eyes. And then you just want to duplicate that. So the first one would be the front of the card and the second one will be the inside of the card. So once you have that selected, now we're going to want to go ahead and create these little slots, which are the parts where the insert cards go in. So the way that you do that is you're going to go into image and you're going to search quick cuts. So once you type that in, you're going to select search and then you want to go to filters, type, and select cards. So then all the quick cuts for cards are listed there. So as you can see, you have a ton of options and then you can select whichever ones you want. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one right here. And now this is already sized to fit the card that Cricut makes. So you don't need to change the size. You don't need to do anything with that. You just need to place it on. So we're going to put that on your template like so. And now we're going to select an image. So I'm doing this card for Father's Day. And I went ahead and I just searched Father's Day images. And I came up with a super dad image, which I like. So I'm going to be just searching for that image. But again, you can select any image that you want, or at least that's what I thought. So again, this was my first time doing these cards and I just thought any image would work. And boy, was I wrong. But let's go ahead and keep showing you. So I select this image, super dad, right? And I'm like, oh, that's cute. I like it. So let me just resize that. Make sure it fits within my card. Once I like how it fits, now you can remove the template out of the way and close that out because you don't need it anymore. And then you're just going to select both the cuts and your image and select attach. So that what that makes it is one whole image and it's going to cut it as is on your machine. So that's it for the front of the card. Now on to the inside of the card. I just wanted to write a simple I love you. So I went ahead and I used Cricut Sans as my font. And then I just typed in I love you. And then now you want to make sure that this is a writing style. So your machine writes it since you're not going to be cutting it. So you're going to go to style right here and then you're going to select writing. So what that allows the machine to know is that you're going to just write it with your pen. So now you're just going to ungroup it and then group each word. So I'm going to group you and then I'm going to group love. And then I'm going to change the position of this. So I wanted to put I and then love the bottom and then you at the bottom. And then I'm just going to go ahead and move that around. Once I'm happy, I'm going to attach the whole image, the whole letter, so it can stay together. So then I'm going to just resize that, make sure it fits within my template. And then I wanted to add a little extra thing. So I'm going to add some hearts. You just go to shapes, you insert your heart. And then you can duplicate that. I did it 3 times, well, 2 times to be 3 in total. And then once I was happy with that, I select it all. And you want to make sure it's a draw file. So you're going to go to cut right there and then click on cut and then select draw. Because again, you want to make sure it's going to draw it and not cut it. And then once you have that, you can select all of it and then you can attach it, right? And then you want to go ahead and just size that to be able to fit on your card, just like so. Once you're happy with that, you can remove your box, your template, just X that out. And then you want to make sure the whole word and the hearts are attached. So you're going to attach that so it can cut just as is. And that's pretty much it, guys. So that is how you can create your own images, your own cards by using other images. And then you can just go ahead and make it, select on the card mat, And then here, you want to make sure that the material size, you click that, is a 4.25 times 5.5 because that is the size of the Cricut cards. You want to do the same thing for the inside. Now here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Here, you can actually, the red box is the outline of where the card is. So you can just move your wording, whatever it is that you have, to the middle, to the center to make sure it looks pretty. So you can go ahead and do that manually. And then we're going to go ahead. I'm going to cut this first, the front of the card first. You could do the inside first. A lot of people prefer that. It's really up to your preference. And then you're just going to go ahead and hit continue. And then you're going to select the insert cards right here. And then here it's going to tell you to make sure that you have your blade on, and then you just insert your mat. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you a quick overview of that. If you want to see how I do this step by step as far as creating the card, you can go ahead and watch the first video in which I show you that. This is just a quick overview. All right, so once that's done, you're going to go ahead back into design space and then select your inside of the card. And then here it's going to tell you to make sure to replace the blade with the pen and then just insert your mat. So I'm going to show you a quick view of that as well. Again, you can watch the first video if you haven't already, and it will show you step by step of how I do this. Okay, so now on to how I fixed the first image. So if you saw the first video, you saw that the inside of the words didn't come out. So inside the D, the A, the D, the P, the R, the insides fell through because they weren't attached to anything. So this image wasn't appropriate to use for a card, but I did want to use the image. So I said, let me see if there's anything that I can do to be able to use it and modify it. So I learned that the insides of the words need to be attached to something. So what I did here is that I insert the image back again, and you're going to ungroup it. And then all you have to do is take out the words, right? But now the word dad and the word super are attached to the star and to these little ends. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to insert a square right here. And then I'm just going to put it, let me just move this. I'm going to put it over dad so I can cut that out. So once you do that, you can highlight it all and then select slice. And then what that does is that it slices out dad, so you can remove these little pieces, place it back where it belongs, and then you can just remove this whole thing right here. The same thing with this one. You're going to go ahead and select a shape, put it over the word that you don't need anymore, and then just highlight and then slice. So now I'm going to be able to use the star and remove everything else, so I can keep the design as is. Okay, so now you're gonna attach that. So now it's one image, everything's attached. So now moving on to the word super dad, I had to find a font that would work with the inside of the letters being able to be attached and not fall off. So I found two fonts in design space that would work. So the first one is, let me look it up for you. Not sure what happened. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, so the first one is called Alexis MRA. So I'm going to find that for you. So if you want to write this down, I will leave it in the comments down below for you in case you want to see that. Okay, so it's here, Alexis MRA. And then you can type in. So I'm going to start with dad. I'm going to cap everything and write dad. And then as you can see here, I'm just going to make this word bigger so you can see the insides of the D and the A's are open. So that means when it cuts it, it's going to attach it to everything else. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a font that the insides are open and are going to be attached to something else. The second font that I found that would work for this is ITC, I'm not sure how I pronounce that, Bauhis Pro Medium. So I'll show you here. So it's this one right here. And then you're going to select that. And then again, I'm just going to type in dad. And I'm just going to make this bigger. And as you can see, the insides of the D's and the A's are open. So that's a good font. So I decided that I like this one better. So I'm just going to use that one. And I'm just going to remove the other font because I'm not going to need that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and find it again. And I'm just going to type in super. And then now all you have to do is insert it back into the image and then just fix it, make it look however you want to make it look. Okay, so once you're happy with your image, you're going to select everything and click attach. So now your image is one. And then you're going to go ahead and insert the quick cuts right here. I'm just going to duplicate this so you can have it here. And then you just position it like so. Make sure that your image is center or however you want it. And then if it makes you feel any better, you can create a template again of the card just to make sure that everything is in the right place. So again, the way that you create that is you insert a square. It's a 4.5 times a 5.5. So you would just put that in there. Sorry, 5.5. And then you put that over like so. And then you can change the color to white so you can be able to see it. And then you want to send it to the back. So arrange, send it back so you can see the design. And then you can just fix it, rearrange it to make sure it's in the center and then it's, it's how you want it to be. Once you have that, you can remove it and then you just want to make sure that everything's attached. So select everything, highlight, attach. So that's one and then that's one. So that's it, guys. And then you can go ahead and make it. So I hope this was helpful. Again, Cricut Design Space has a lot of images for cards that you can use. But if you wanted to use a different type of image that maybe they don't have, or you wanted to create your own, you can. Just make sure that everything within that image is attached to something. So when you cut it, it doesn't fall through. So that's just one lesson that I learned. I hope, again, this video was helpful and it taught you something and you don't do the same mistakes I do. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will be back with more videos.